Netflix.
Yes, sir.
I think I think I was the first person that called Break the Silence Foundation out that you have not rendered your accounts, you're still working to the government in the last 5 years. I was the person that raised it out. I went to CAC to bring it out, and I showed the whole public. Say, hey, this man, no. You cannot account to the public, to the government for 5 years, and you're coming here. I was the person that raised it out. And today, that has been rectified.
Correct.
It has been rectified. That shows you are a responsible organization. So all of these things that we are saying is not because we hate anybody. It's not because we hate any individual. It's a learning point. He may be aware, he may not be aware. But if he understands, if he listens to people and say, hey, wait a minute, I can take one or two clues from what these people are saying. Can I become better?
Yes, can be a better organization.
Can I do something better? Do you understand? That's how people evolve. That's how organization evolves. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Do you understand? Nobody knows it all. Okay? He has opportunity of getting funds from the Ministry of Interiors. If he doesn't know, I'll put him through. He knows there's things he can do. Okay? And before you know it, guess what? Jonathan will. I don't think Tinubu has that time to fund NGO this time around,
Does he
His wife is doing it. The first lady is
from the government. No, from the government. Yes. From the federal government.
Yeah, no.
From the federal government.
He's not doing that.
Jonathan did a lot. He funded a lot of NGOs. I have a friend, Dr. Adirunke's Foundation, who is dealing with Almajiris. He's the one that wrote the Almajiris bill in Nigeria. He's getting funding from our country. Every month,
and how is that going?
Yeah, he's doing well. He's doing well. He's doing well. The commission has been established.
I thought you were clear.
No. Everybody is this nomadic.
If you won't break.
This is not nomadic education. Okay. Every month, for those of us that are involved, they push us.
So you stop the abuse of younger marriage at 11-year-old, right?
No, Almajiris.
Italian, why is too rude? Why is too rude?
What now happens when they get to those places, because the parents interior. And they now use those children as begun to turn to menace. And also because they don't want to go to regular schools again. They want to do
Arabic and turn to Imam and all that. So under Jonathan, they saw it as
So that Yusuf guy was the one that messed up the whole thing by telling them that
yes, so
Western education is haram.
even today, if you go to the north, Almanjeri is still a problem. But under Jonathan, he tried to provide facilities for them, give them good feeding, give them clothing, so that at least they can, even if you want to learn Arabic, teach them some formal education and all that. But I think after that, you know how it is in Nigeria now. You start something, implementation. The same people you want to do something good for, they will be the one that will run it down.
And then no continuity of your programs once you're out of office too. No
and the offshoot of that was the Alimentary bill that has scaled through, and the commission has been established. So it's now a full-fledged commission that is taking care of these Almajiris and Almajaras, in the north, And Dr. Aderunke, my friend, played a very huge part in bringing that bill to light. She is in America. She often comes to Nigeria every like 2 months or 3 months or stuff like that. So she did a very good job in that with respect to that. And one thing because she has a foundation. So all of the program was the offshoot of her foundation. Every month she calls a Zoom meeting. She will tell us what they need for the next 2 months, next 3 months. So people were donating computers, books, uniform. They were just donating. But they will still come at the end of the month and say, okay, in this month, this is all what we have received, and this is how we have distributed all of this across the countries of Nigeria, across the states of Nigeria. That is because if she doesn't do that, she is not going to get anything the following month.
Chairman, can I ask you? Okay, now I'm a bit confused. This program, this foundation, because you said they are Almajiri education, they are donating computers, they are donating books. Are they trying to migrate them to Western education? Or Islamic education?
It's a blend. Don't take that Islamic education away. You are blending that Islamic, you are infusing it into Western education. Okay. In your curriculum, you see about those Islamic things, and you are teaching physics, you are teaching chemistry, you are teaching integrated science. So it's a blend.
Okay, so what is happening? And you said that the deal has been passed and is full-fledged and is running. Have you seen any major improvements in the number of children out of school in the north, especially? The numbers were like quite high, almost over 20 million.
The executive secretary was appointed in 2024.
Oh, okay. You don't really have up-to-date numbers.
Yeah, he was appointed. The executive secretary was appointed. In fact, what was his name? While he signed it off in May when he was leaving the office. In 2024. Okay. So when a new commission is set up like that, apparatus of offices, and it could take like 2-3 years, to take off exactly. So there are so many things NGO does in the country. But yes. On this let me say something. Government is
Yes, sir.
Listen to what I want to say.
Okay.
Under the Jonathan, there is not a northerner. Almajiri idea was parted, and he spent a lot of money on it to build places. Today, those places are dilapidated. Under a under a northern leadership of Buhari, for 8 years, he did not get any secretary, any he did not get anything. For another southern leader to come and activate it and fund it. Now, if that thing is not well funded, you now blame that government. Why you should have done it for a period of 8 years. Now, till today, I will tell you what. One of the biggest problems of the Almajiri is this. And I will take a basis from this phrase that lifestyle, tradition, we eat strategy for breakfast. Tradition, we eat strategy for breakfast. You have a northern region in Nigeria that holds.
Actually, it's culture. It's culture that is strategy for breakfast. Thank you.
Culture, we eat strategy for breakfast. Now, you have a northern rule where religion is the first thing. And it's not really helping them. And it's creating out of school children pandemic in Nigeria. Now, government after government have tried to rectify it. Even when federal government is doing it, state government refuse to collaborate. So we still go back to ground zero because there is nothing federal government can do if the state does not support. It's a waste of funds.
Okay.
Federal government don't own states. States, when they give them money, they will say, pay your own counterpart funding. They will not pay it. But when the Kasala boss, they will shout again. Federal government is not handling our problem. The same thing that happened to UBEC.
That's what I wanted to say.
The same thing that happened to UBEC. And
the moment they turned you back to a cash cow, everything was kaput. Because universal basic education should have been something that, sorry?
Yeah, man, what I want to say is, first of all, my question is...
Sorry, I was saying something. I thought someone wanted to ask me a question.
Should it have been the creation of the alumni in the first instance? Because as far as I know, that is an artificial creation. And that is purposely created.
Bottom line, Yomi Fabi has made away with over 40 million naira in justice for Mohbad, and he has one conference, 2 meat pie and pure water joints, and 2 phones to show for it. Allahu Akbar. I would like to say that again. The bottom line is Yomi Fabi has made away with over 40 million naira in justice for Mohbad, and he has the following to show for it. 1 conference, no. 2 conference, no. I think it's 1 conference, 1 meat pie and pure water joint, and a iPhone and Samsung phone to show for over 40 million naira. Allah Akbar. The desperation of Yomi in Justice for Mohbad will not allow someone of my personality to contest that amount. Yomi is so desperate. Yomi went as far as messaging people, lying to them that he has got all the evidences needed to nail Wunmi to the cross for killing Mohbad. Yomi will discredit Babaloba, will discredit the legal team, Sanshitu. Yomi put himself as the center stage of justice for Mohbad, that without him, justice for Mohbad cannot become a reality. And Yomi was busy collecting money for pants, money for toothbrush, money for ice cream, money for pomo, money for boli, money for gari, money for everything was what Yomi was asking for from the people. Even to the extent that Yomi almost asked for money for condom. It is a pity that Yomi has left his acclaimed glorious value, and Yomi is now chasing 10,000 naira, 20 million, 1 million naira, 300,000 naira, and lying about it. Yomi is a monumental disgrace, I'm telling you. Thank God I don't belong to the family. It will have been an eyesore for me to mention my son name anywhere I go. Or firstly, we would have actually excommunicated and we would have cast Yomi into the midst of darkness. The whole family would have disowned Yomi by now. And we would have called him to order because of this show of shame he's exhibiting off and on social media because of money. Because of money. Very useless act.
Somehow we're digressing from discussing nomadic education or the rehabilitation of the Almajiris.
This is the reason why they do Almajiri, because they give back to many children they are not able to cater for. The next thing they do is just send them to the Almajiris.
Let me ask you a question.
The most important thing is that the government have realized that we need to train these children.
Correct.
And the only way to can do it, if you try to force them to be going to classroom, the normal school like the Southerner, it has always been a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So what you know do is like, okay, let us study their existing practice, and let's see how can we infuse Western education into that system, so that at the end of the day, they will still be able to now have both Western education and also their Islamic education, blended together. And I think, then Jonathan and Buhari, they were using NGOs to propagate those things. They were using NGOs. I've got a lot of NGOs that were getting funded to do all of those things. Now they now decide that. Yes,
let me say something. I've lived
during Jonathan's regime, they tried everything possible. You see, when I walk around here, those Almanjiri schools they built, they are still there, but they are dilapidating seriously. There's nobody there.
Because
you just see goats, you see rams, you see cows.
Because the children refuse to go.
And let me tell you something. Yomi has duped the Justice for Mohbad people. He has duped them of about 40 million naira. That's the total amount of money Yomi has collected since he joined Justice for Mohbad. You all heard it from that live that I streamed. It was said there loud and clear that Yomi has collected minus or addition 40 million naira. It is really well low. You cannot see the reason why Yomi is jumping up and down. Has been buying tickets to London twice because he has made a fortune. The fortune he has never made in his whole career as an actor. Yomi has made it. I go along to you.
That does not have a university in the north. There is no state that does not have so many secondary schools, and government is funding them. So people used to go to school. In fact, up till today, government hospitals in the north are more effective than the ones in the south. Now, when these when they started creating all these institutions that will fund Almajiri, that they started appointing directors general, where they will now have all these allocations. Don't forget that the north has so many local government areas. Kado alone has like 44. Katsina, that is how many, even one local government may not have up to 10 properly structured buildings. And they'll call it a local government headquarters. And all those places, they were pumping money into them. And it's from pumping money into those areas through government allocations that they started to cultivate all this idea of suppressing people by giving them handouts and not allowing people to go to school. They started sponsoring all these people, tell them, oh, Islamic education is haram and all those kind of things.
So they say Western education is around.
Western education. Sorry. Western education is haram. It's better to have Islamic education. And now Islamic education also, they created structures to try and put them together so that at least it's properly organized. Because Islamic education in itself is very good and it's high level. Do you get? If it's properly done. But the people that want to use these people as insurgents and they want to continue to take advantage of them will always see them otherwise.
Please correct me if I'm wrong. How does Islamic education brings development? In Saudi Arabia today, they teach Islamic education and they have advanced. If you go to Saudi today, because Islamic education, do you teach sciences in Islamic education? Do you think?
Yes.
Oh,
yes, they do.
Yes.
They do. It's just like ND. If you go to ND,
they have everything. Honestly.
They have everything, but
it's not about Quran.
No,
it's not about Quran.
They teach it in Arabic. They don't teach it in English. They teach it in Arabic.
They teach it.
Hold on. You guys are making a mistake. Hold on. If you are saying in education in Arabic, using Arabic language, I understand that. That you can use Arabic to teach all subjects and everything. But when you say Islamic education,
Okay.
does Islamic education entail sciences?
Yes.
And STEM?
And I'll explain to you what I mean by it.
Okay, explain.
I'll explain to you what I mean by that. So, just the way you had Christian schools, where they will teach you, go for mass in the morning, like all these seminaries and so on. Don't they teach science?
Yeah, that's what they teach sciences.
So now, they want the foundation of those schools to be Islam. Do you get? They will still teach mathematics, they will still teach other subjects.
Okay.
But they want it to be like a religious school where the
Islamic school,
tenets of the religion are taught and practiced, even as the children are being taught, so they can become anything too. That's what the government was trying to migrate this.
Is that what they teach in Al-Majiri school?
No, that's not what they teach.
Okay,
that's what they were trying to migrate them into. To say, we're not going to divorce you from the religion.
Chairman, in Dubai and Riyadh, you find a lot of British expatriates as a teacher, lecturers.
Yes, they have American schools and British schools.
A lot of British
Those are different.
Yeah, we got it. There was a time in Saudi.
Let's just understand this a little bit.
This is fixed. Let's get something right.
Okay.
Let's get something right. You see, ideally, the curriculum of those schools, what it should be is to infuse other, areas of education into it. That is what government wanted. But what was there was purely Islamic study.
Islamic.
They don't
No, but that wasn't the original
what
plan.
they practice in the
All they teach is Islamic Quran. That's all they teach.
That wasn't the original plan. That's why I said they put politics into it.
Exactly now. They does not teach STEM. They don't teach STEM. They don't teach science.
So, you don't understand what I'm
When you say Lekio, that's elementary level, right?
What I'm saying is that
Is that a number of see, Ilekeu, it means Arabic school in Yoruba. That is what you mean by Ilekeu.
that is
You go to
Arabic
learn
school.
Arabic. Arabic, that is main thing. You see,
To what level?
More important. It has different level. What are you saying? You want
To market to market to
from Nigeria, when you graduate, you will go to Cairo, you will go to Saudi Arabia in Arabic lecture. Those people, when they come back, when they sing the Arabic thing, you yourself, they're educated. They will be speaking Arabic like a normal language. Is the level you want to take them to. But this is the challenge in Nigeria's case. If you go to Arabic states, Iraq, Iran, as much as they are learning their religious tenets, they learn technology.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm trying to say. We have that one. We have so many Muslim schools that are established by Muslims, Muslim scholars, but they still teach them. They teach science, they teach technology, and they still do their Islamic things.
That's what Islamic education structure Nigeria was trying to introduce.
Do we have Islamic bank in Nigeria now?
What is happening in the north largely was parents will send their children to town. You know, their main occupation is farming, nomadic or farming. So they don't believe you should go to school for that, but know about God. Now, when they come to know about God, they
That Islamic education thing.
Like, I never see it outside.
children
come and teach them and
also do religious teaching.
Aristocrat, you see,
They will do it.
Schools that I visited in the past,
yes.
okay, there was nothing like sciences.
Okay.
And there was
That's the
nothing
little
like
ones now.
Elementary, yes. And those are the ones that the government catered for now. Okay, in fact, if you see,
I think we're mixing two different things. See, the Almajiri education is purely Islam.
good.
But they wanted it in a more organized way, not the way that the children become like wanderers, just roaming the streets and everything. They wanted to like put them in a structured
Put them in
environment.
a structure, proper structure.
Yes.
You know, yeah.
But these people are kicking against it because they think that wandering, that begging and roaming the streets is part of the structure of that Almajiri.
Sorry, I'm still struggling to understand the Almajiri level in terms of what's the peak level?
You know,
are they up to university level? No, now.
It's Quranic school.
Let me describe it. I know, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying is you have in India where their mathematics book are written in their Buddhist or whatever language, and they did out to university level in some instances.
No, this one they always
that question.
They always go and learn. The end of the day, they learn Shubika, they learn.
So that's for the Almajiri.
Yeah, because if you go
If you are talking Islamic will teach you technology.
Islamic education is different. That one
Islamic education is standardized. That one is
that's what I'm saying. You have that one. Islamic school.
Thank you. Now you are the
science and the those ones we understand those words. Exactly. That's what I'm asking. Different kettle of fish already. Okay, maybe I should rephrase this question a better way now. Is it possible for Almajiri to further education into university to be graduated?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
After finishing that Quran,
Richie is like this. Your man is unfortunately they are not in common. They are not. when they are dumped there, the Islamic clergy too, those children, they are very useful to them. I will try to talk less of those things. They are very useful for them because when they recite some Islamic injunction, they use it as prayer. So you have innocent children, pure-hearted children doing those prayers. They use it for such. There are some prayers they use it when they will say virgin should come and pray. You pack those children together. You will want 100 to be singing one song 100 times. They will do it. And they are learning, but their alifas are like their teachers. The lecturers.
By the time they do their sin 1 million times, you can imagine doing their sin 1 million times on you.
You see, they know what they are using them for. You have parents who have neglected their duties, sending their children to the city from the village with little or nothing that can survive them for 1 week. You go to dump them with another clergy that has his own family. He has his own 20 children and 4 wives too. You not dump them there. What would the man do? The man has a big land. He will say, it's God's job. So those children, when they are hungry, they will say, go and look for, because in the Islamic, you help each other. Islam is a religion of love. They will now send those children out. Those children will go and get food, eat. When they give them money, traditionally, they will come back and tell the Alifah, they gave us money, Baba will say, yeah, bring it. God has provided. They collect them for pocket. Now, some greedy ones among them, you now imagine the hygiene, keep the health of those children and everything is not properly catered for because the parents have neglected them. And the person they kept them with, imagine an Alifa having over 50 young boys with him. Mm-hmm. How will he feed them? He has his own family. He will say,
at an impressionable age like that.
Go and do those things. Now, evil-hearted people, we now begin, the ones that are grown among them, we now begin to use we have a rally, send your children down. And that is how this thing begins to happen. Now, you now have the elites that know that this thing is a religious injunction, but they've now weaponized it as a political tool because they know the opium of the people is religion. Yes, when you capture them by religion, you can control them. And that was what the British people saw. That is why you go to North today, they will not go to school. Because they will tell you, all this education you are doing, you are not going to heaven. But learn the Quran, you speak the language of heaven. And this. And you see that, and even among these children, you have scholars among them, because there are Islamic scholars who will go to Cairo, better schools, to learn Arabic things, different aspects of Arab, the religion. But this one are not the Alimonjeris. Alimonjeris are just the children to like teenagers that are neglected by their parents. At the end of the day, they get involved in vices, they steal, they do whatever they want to do, and you have many bad alifas. In some cases in the north, you will see some people, they will open door, they will say they've kept someone on that chain for years, saying that he has bad spirit. These are the unholy things that go around. And
they don't have emotions at all.
Well, Mr. Do you know that these things have become so prominent in recent times because they never used to be so bad?
Yeah, they get more prominent.
The economy is possible now. The Nigerian economy is even making it worse.
No, they are using them more for political.
The economy itself is making it worse. If you know how desperate they are now in Abuja now, you can go to a restaurant now to even Chicken Republic. They are like almost 10, 12. They are in their tens outside
everywhere.
Yeah. Not even the children alone now. Not even the children.
It's not only Abuja. Do you know that even in Lagos, I noticed when I was in Lagos that along the Lekki axis, if you see the number of children that are on the streets, if you stop at any traffic lights, the way they will swarm at your car.
The women now, they have even increased too. Not only the children now.
the leftover mother that have given birth to them and have left.
Whenever you pass through in the north, let's say Abuja in the north, and you see these women and children on the street, Richie, you will want to weep. Tears will be coming down from your eyes.
I said the first time I traveled to the north. The first time I traveled to the north, I wept.
Them. I will like, this Nigerians, this human being created by God. You look at yourself
I
like,
bought akara. I bought akara with all my money. I gave it.
But one thing that
the lineup I was just giving it to them.
One thing I love about Northerners, I still love one or two things about the Northerners. They are very patriotic. If people in the South are half as patriotic as they are, Nigeria will be a better country. Let me tell you something. We are talking
of humanity.
Do you know that? Wait.
Let's leave patriotism out of this. Humanity.
It's part of it. Wait.
It's part of it.
Wait. If all of us if all of us are as patriotic as they are, and we work together, we would have influenced them better than just to be seeing them from afar and seeing the things they do that we really can't understand why they do them.
No, madam, I disagree.
Do you know that the North had actually made a lot of progress in education before this political thing of about 30 years ago that took them back to
elite among them.
I disagree.
Elite among them.
The elites amongst them now started to play politics with their children, with the children of the less privileged. Do you know that when I was in high school?
So is that patriotism?
What I'm saying is that even with the oppression that they're going through, when you live in the north and you see the way they run the north, and you live in the south and you see the way the south is run, you will see that the north, they are still more patriotic because they believe in the Nigerian project. None of them is thinking of relocating abroad.
No. I know that this is like I said, they are not.
I know you don't like it.
We are not talking of why they are. Listen, we are not talking of patriotism here or whatever, or the way it is run now.
No, because you see, they believe in the Nigerian project, and that is why.
Hold on. Let's take a look human capital development of the north and the south. How are people developed? Human beings. How are they developed from the cradle?
And do you know that? I'm sorry, sir. Good evening. And do you know that the fact that they still believe in once their female child is after primary 5, the non-learning part of them, once their female child once they reach primary 5, they don't have the right to go to school or furthermore their female child, and they will quickly, as fast as possible, pay for the common entrance for their male child.
And this is what
you see, if you look at
and I'm saying this as a fact because my mom is an Hausa teacher at the primary.
This is what Silos.
If you look at these things from afar, the way you are analyzing it, like
problem
you won't understand the way I live with them.
Do you understand? What we are saying is that a lot of money has been pumped into the north to develop your people. A lot has been pumped into that north. How many people, how many northerners have been developed? You become a responsible human being.
Okay. Dr. Chairman, let me ask you a question. No. Let me ask you a question.
That is what the money is meant for. It's for Let me
ask. Let me even give you another point.
Wait, let me quickly ask a question. Dr. Chairman, when you go to all the ministries in Abuja and parastatals, and you look at the population of people in the senior level there, who are the people occupying those positions? They are mostly northerners. Are you telling me that they are not qualified? They are.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
If I open up that place,
don't go that route. Don't go that route. Don't go that route.
But they are just.
Let me run this.
Don't go that
some
route.
of them are not qualified to be in that.
Don't go that route.
No. On the contrary,
They are qualified though.
I'm not saying they're not qualified. But I'm not saying they're not qualified. But
I can tell you, I can give you one or
You
two
who will go and be working for.
No. Please, let me put something to you.
Let me say
someone that this is masters, that this is master that we don't want to director.
Let me tell you,
Chairman, wait.
I used to have this notion that Hausa people are not educated, they are not qualified.
Okay.
Until I got to a parastatal in Nigeria, NMPC for that matter. Since that day, when you see a Hausa man or a Fulani man that is educated, you can't near him. You can't near.
I know what I'm saying, though, because I
understand what you're saying.
But what I'm saying is this:
Dr. Chairman,
it's the same elite. It's the same elite that they are recirculating themselves.
That is it. One
thing about the Hausas that you're going to.
It is not trickling down. It is not trickling down. It is not trickling down to the people in the villages to develop them to their
never.
Standard. It is not.
Have you witnessed?
It's still the same elite cycle.
Have you witnessed anywhere
they can go to any land to put their children in.
Have you seen any sabo in each state? Have you seen how overpopulated, how dirty, I'm not even meaning to tarnish their image. And let me put it like this. A Yoruba girl with masters is seen as a normal girl. Not celebrated enough, just normal girl. But an Hausa female or Hausa male with a degree will be so celebrated. The way they will even carry it for it. You know something that is normal and there's something that is common to us.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure.
I am 100% sure what I'm saying.
You guys are looking at these people from afar. Are you close to them?
I told you as a matter of fact, my mom is an Hausa teacher at IMJ Primary School, Okola Ibadan. My mom is an Hausa teacher.
And your mom is an
If you see a female Hausa, I'm saying, let me put it to you this way. If you see a female Hausa student, not a victim of child bride, that is not a victim of child bride, that successfully finished at secondary school, the way they will so celebrate the person, the way they will so celebrate them. I've witnessed their celebration. I've witnessed their bride stuff. I've witnessed everything. And me, I'm just looking at it like, and my mom will just be like, go forbid, you no go visit this kind of thing. Go forbid it. I might tell you. And they will be telling you, the woman is not 25, already has grandkids, already have kids after kids. So I'm talking from experience. When I'm saying something, I'm saying from experience. Sometimes when I look at your female kids, I feel them, I feel for them. Not the
elites among them.
Okay. Let me now say something. Let me say something. Me, I've lived in the north, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. In the north,
please wait.
Okay.
Please wait. This is what I want us to look at. You see, when you look at scheme of things, we must really try to do apple for apple. I tell you today, from the 50s till today, if the way opportunities are customized for the northern population is the same way it is customized for the southern population, you are still going to have more southern population, more educated. Number one. Number two, if the same opportunity of customization of job opportunity and job placement is the same way at par in everywhere, you are going to have less northerner in these positions of parastatal that we see today. But because at every point when you come with national, what do they call it? National character, whatever they call it.
National quota system.
Federal character. When you come with federal character, you give some waiver to some people from the north. But everybody has the same brain because if you work with people of North, they are very, very educated.
Extremely brilliant. Are extremely brilliant.
See,
you know when I started changing my mind.
The challenge is that their elite has over the years suppressed the talakawas, who are the masses. That is, talakawas are masses. They suppress the masses. The elite only recycle themselves, and this is how it works. Exactly. For example, chairman is my cousin. He works in Ministry of Defense, and I have finished my education. My chairman will call me and go and network for me to come to another ministry by networking. But if you come to the Southerner, you must go there on merit because you have more Southerner that have the degree you are brandishing. Up north, you don't have more of them brandishing what you are brandishing. In essence, an average person, when I have been with many people, when they are in OND, they are employed even in ministry. Why
they are junior staff already in their ministry.
Schooling, they are working and schooling. When they will graduate with you on HND or BSc, they are already at level 9. So where will you start from? That you are now fresh. They create that thing, but that is how it's done. Now, I am not using it to lessen them, but this is the bigger picture. And I said this when I was a national manager for a multinational. And I'm moving around, I moved around all states in Nigeria, even to the borders. And I noticed something. Check Nigerian budget. About 60% is invested in the north. About 35% is invested in the south. But you still find that the south is more developed, more futuristic, more educated and all that. Why? It is not because that money was too much. It is because Southerners themselves are using their personal money to develop the south. It is not government money. But when you go to the north, it is 90% government money. A Castina state, as of 2023, 97% of the money Castina is spending is from federal allocation. They are not thinking of generating. Come to a regular state in the south, you will find out that it is either 50% of federal allocation, 50% of your internal generated. The population are contributing so much to the development. But when you go to the north, they expect that what the government gives is what it is. And it is not the function of the people are lazy. It is the function that their leadership have continuously put them in perpetual mind slavery, religious slavery, for them not to maximize their potential, for them to always look up to them, and they only send their own. And you will see that evidence in terms of politics. They recycle their children. All governors of the north, their children are House of Rep, they are this, they are that, they are commissioner, they are this. That is how they run. And they continue to put the mass. And this is affecting Nigeria as a whole. So let's look at it. As a company, like all of us here, all our accrued revenue, we give from Golden Seal to Papariano line, we give them 70% of our income. While the three of us down, we have 30%. But at the end of the year, your productivity of the one that collects 70% is far, far lower than the productivity, development, achievement of those who are down. So it is, Nigeria have good brains. And lastly, you also see where they direct their traveling to. When you go to Libya, when there is war in all Arabic countries, you will see a lot of Nigerians that are there. Check them out. They are all from the north. What are they studying there? They are studying religious-related education where they will study masters. They are not studying engineering. Less of them, because they are from the elite, that we go. And look at a lot of great achievers from the north. Look at the Emir of Kano, Sanusi. What was his first degree? His first degree was not in banking. It was in religious studies.
He studied economics.
Check it. He studied economics, but he first had a
master's in Islamic something.
His BSc is Islamic studies. Now his BSc is in Islamic study first, and this thing is something they do. First thing in your mind, the way their structure is religious first, your career after. But in the South, religious is good. Your career is very important. And that is what must change. It's not that the people there are not as brilliant as we are. They are. In whatever they do, they are experts. See them as assistants, as artisans, as traders. They are good. But if they have formal education,
they are truthful. They are honest.
But the system, they are very honest.
Let me say something, please. See, everything you have said is correct. But I think you're understating some of these things. You are assuming that the educated ones in the North are only the elites. No. They have a lot of people that are educated.
Mostly.
But because, let me land.
No. Face. No, that is
when
not
I was working, let me finish now.
Wait now.
Okay, because you've been talking, I've been listening.
I am not saying the people that are educated are all elite. No. There are a lot of people struggling. What I said is most of them are the elite that have opportunity. The rest of the ones that are educated, there are a lot of students in polytechnics and everything now. But you will see them in mass. But check the ones that even when they are educated, it is the elite that send their children to the fancy school. But if you look at it in general population, what is the population of the educated to the uneducated in the North compared to the South? The difference is clear, like 7 of them.
Okay. Yes, definitely. That's the assumption you have. Because you don't have the physical, you don't have the numbers to back up what you have said. It's an assumption. That's the way I will see it. Because I know that there are a lot of Northerners that are educated. Look at Kano State, for example. Kano has 44 local governments. Lagos has 20. Do you understand? Lagos has 20 and is overpopulated because there are people from other states that are in Lagos. But there are not too many people from other states in Kano going to school in Kano. And they are spread across 44 local governments in Kano. So if you see the kind of allocations that they send to Kano compared to what they get in Lagos, that's federal. Because the IGR is nothing to be compared. Same thing with Oyo State, same thing with Imo State, where people go to school, Anambra State, and all those. But in the heart of, the deepest part of the North, people are going to school. First class students that are really brilliant. You can have some dregs, but they have a lot of average students. They have a lot of very, brilliant students. Now, I used to think like you before I lived in the North. And when I worked and lived in the North, I saw a major difference. Even some of the people that live in the cities, in the North, they have some places they call city. And then some places they call like Nasarawa, like where the elites live, like GRA and all that. Even people that live right in the city, many of them are educated. Now, some years ago, I was a member of this Vision 2020. I don't know if you remember, there was a time Nigeria did something they called Vision 2020. And Nigeria should be top 20 in something, I can't remember again. It's been long. But many people in my committees were from the North, and they were highly, qualified, master's degree certifications.
20 strategic vision by year 2020.
2020 or something, sure. So I belonged to some committees then. This was like, many years ago. And I had a lot of this director of strategy from this federal ministry of this, director of that. These people are very qualified. What we used to hear is, they just used to push them. They just used to put them there. But they were qualified for the job and they had the requisite experience too. And sometimes when you listen to the kind of inputs that they have in those sessions, you'll be amazed. They may not practice what they say, but they know what they are supposed to do. I don't know what stops them, because sometimes when you listen, when you work with some of these people in very strategic teams, and you see their output, you'll be like, wow. But then you don't see those things manifest in the Nigerian, in the Nigerian story. So you start to wonder, because they actually know what to do. What they do in the North is, when they are educated like that, they join the civil service in their states. When they get to a particular level, maybe like director level, they move to federal. They're not going to list themselves in that federal that before you can even make it to PAMSEC, you will sweat. So you see a lot of qualified ones that are layered up. The next in line is this, the next in line is that. So you have all of them. Whereas you people in the South, you will be running after private sector, you do your own business and everything, then you complain. These are the people that make it. They go to work for government because they believe in the Nigerian project. It is our own namune, so they look at it as in it's our country, is our own. Or you'll be pointing to them that
how must that be bringing development to them since they believe in the project? How have they developed?
So instead of us to work with them, we point to them. We will go to private sector.
I mean, how are they developing their area? How are they developing their area?
They are our regulators.
Let's just limit it to development. Where are they? Hold on. When it comes to development of the country.
Okay, so
when it comes to development of the country, who develops the country more, private sector or public sector?
Private sector.
Okay, so now
that's what I'm saying, that they are our regulators. We say private sector. All these people will join EFCC, they join NDIC, they join DSS, they join CBN.
Yes, these are just
they regulate you now.
Now,
they join BP,
you can see okay, let me give you an example. You can now see why Northerners are crying. Listen, let me tell you why these Northerners are crying because of the new tax reforms in Nigeria. Because it's going to affect the North. Mm-hmm. How many private sector do you have in the North?
It's going to affect the North.
It will affect them massively.
Yes.
Where do they want to get the money from?
Yes.
So that's why we say that government does not have business in business. Government are regulators. You empower private sector, and it is private sector that drives the economic development.
These people have been rent takers for long. They've been rent takers for so long. Even this new tax regime that you're talking about, you can see how they're resisting it.
Yeah, this is because
and they're not going to allow
their private. Listen, it's because they are not private sector driven. Southerners are not. In fact, I'll tell you how many percent of Southerners will go and work for the government. They don't care.
No, Northerners, you mean? Northerners are not.
No, Southerners believe more in private sector.
Another reason why they not work.
And that's what I'm saying. That Northerners are not private.
It's their religion.
They are not private. Exactly.
Okay, yes. But guess what? You see, Northerners are not private sector driven. They are. But most of their private sector businesses are located in the southern part of the country.
Because that is where
it's encouraged. It's mostly encouraged.
It's encouraged.
Because that is what you want to do. You prefer the private sector. You that are in the south, you prefer private sector. So they take the private sector business.
Why are they not doing it if that is the measurement for development?
Why are they not doing it?
Why are they not
because
I just told you that they will rent takers forever.
No. The factors that support private sectors are in the south.
Even in the north, if they wanted to, do you know that? Okay, so they discovered oil in Gombe, Abi? Did they not?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So they have all this farming, agriculture in the north. Have they developed it? Do you know how much Emefiele and his team pumped into the north to support these anchor borrowers and all these other programs? What have we seen from it? Where is the output?
So we are doing the same.
The way Nigeria
the south.
Because these guys, because these guys have been rent takers forever. Even no matter what you pump in them, they cannot be as productive as the south. because the South has always been about productivity. And we know how to measure productivity in the South. Do you get?
Yeah.
They've been rent takers forever. So trying to win them by a knee-jerk approach is not going to work.
And how does being a rent taker be patriotic?
Because everything is ours. They believe that after all, abroad, they give people, benefits and all that. Are they not collecting benefits? When I was in secondary school, it's the states that was sponsoring all my classmates that were coming to school with me. I went to a federal government college. The northern states were sponsoring the students to school when my own father was paying school fees.
And
you understand what I'm saying? They've always been rent takers.
Yeah,
when they go to university, they get paid. When they go abroad, they get the scholarship.
So then, how has that now cascade into their development? That is where we are going now.
Okay, so if you go into the deep north, have you? I don't know about maybe now. Me, I've never really passed a road that is not tarred in the north. Their government hospitals are working, the doctors are consulting, the pharmacy is working, they do surgery. These are
listen, there's no part of Nigeria that I have not been to. All of these you are mentioning, they are all government infrastructural development.
Yeah, but they're enjoying it now. That's why I said they'll be rent takers forever now. You go to St. Nicholas. You go and pay in St. Nicholas and everything.
No, just support your point. When you back in the days, you invest in Nigeria then when you do your jam, right?
Yeah.
On the A levels point, you're on the quota system, and the northerners were heavily looked after.
Yeah.
Everywhere in the country.
Yeah.
So, for example, I remember I wanted to do law, right? And the cutoff point at that time, University of Ife was like 286, right?
Yeah.
And I got 270, about 274.
270. You be in second batch. You the cash.
I didn't get a chance. You know why? All the 250s.
You even get it. All the 250s are not.
Were northerners, and they got it. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I was crying like a baby. Yeah. So it just shows what is happening in Nigeria, even though they were heavily looked after in terms of the quota system.
They favor themselves. Let's just use the typical language.
Exactly. So
they favor themselves.
It just
they try to encourage them
or any other person to work with fellow northerners. They favor themselves.
Let me
I went to a federal college, and I know that
let me give you a simple analogy. In the ministries and parastatals and commissions, MDAs in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, okay?
Yeah.
As a head of that parastatals, okay?
Yeah.
You can employ up to level 7.
Yeah.
You can employ on your own without recourse to Civil Service Commission. You can employ up to level 7, which means with just what's it called? With
BSc.
No, BSc.
HND, I think.
No. WAEC. From WAEC, you can recruit.
Are they up to level 7?
No, as in from level 1 to level 7, yes.
Oh, okay, 1 to 7.
So, yes, the chief executive of that parastatal can employ.
You can employ like secondary school and OND and all those things.
So, now, let me tell you what they do. These northerners, that they are the directors, what they do is, okay, once you have your own level, whether you pass or you don't pass, just come. You see all of them in level 3, level 4, level 5. You don't have recourse to Civil Service Commission. You can employ them for that level.
Exactly.
But at the southern, a southern man is still in university studying. He's in polytechnic studying. All right? By the time he finish, you now go through Civil Service Commission to come in. Because you have passed that level that the director can bring you in. Okay? Now, when you get to Civil Service Commission, federal character comes into play. Federal character comes into play in terms of employment. Maybe in the whole federation or in the total south, maybe only 10 people will come in at level 8. But meanwhile, forgetting that almost 100 are growing behind you.
I'm pushing.
From level 3,
I'm pushing.
level 4, and they are pushing them up, and they are all northerners. Because anything from level 3 they will take. It doesn't concern them. Menini. They go.
Yeah.
So by the time you now get to like level 8, bam, so you now have 100 northerners and 20 southerners meeting at level 8.
Exactly, that's the issue. You got it right.
Do you understand? So you cannot stand. No, that's what happens. So they will just, okay, let me give an example. Of recent now, what's it called? What was this? These people, they were recruiting. I have someone in that establishment that brought in level 4, level 5, level 4. A southern man will tell you, me, I can never take it. Like they will never take it. A southern man will never take it. He said, with all my degree, with all my qualifications, they won't take it. Actually, you see Southerners going to employment from secondary school. It doesn't really happen. I'm not saying it's not happening, but it's really happens. It really happens that after secondary school, you go to employment. It's not common.
We raised the...
And that's why you see a lot of Northerners. By the time they get to level 10, you will have seen quantum of them, mammoth of them. That have gotten to that level, and they will be growing and growing and growing and growing and growing.
And once they get in, they're not planning to move out, so they will just stay there and be growing small. They're ready
they
to
will just sit there and be growing and be growing and be growing. Whatever they collect is okay for them. Allah Musa, they have what do they always say? So that's why you see a lot of them from that level. And once you enter from level 3, you will spend your 35 years. You will become a director. No how. You will become a director.
Good day, how?
You will become a director.
Good day, how?
Yes.
How you doing?
Good. And you?
The way,
no bad.
The way you are calling Asu Flakes, it seems you want to come for us.
It's me she came for.
I just want to say something about, I supported what she said. It doesn't matter because in northern Nigeria, even if you go to level 10, level 11, when you come out, they still support each other, they lift each other up.
Yes.
Even in southern or eastern, they bite themselves, they betray themselves, no matter what you do. And that matters a lot in life. So I would say in southern Nigerian, I'm sorry to say, because I'm half Yoruba, I'm half Hausa, you can't 100% trust the Yorubas. Because no matter what you do, they will still betray you.
You are very correct.
You mean Yoruba like the Indians?
What do you say?
Now, let me tell you this.
Go on, let her finish. She just...
Okay.
No, because when she's talking that her mother teach the northern part, and you people are thinking the northern are illiterate or something, you can be educated at the same time, educated illiterate.
But private life, if we look into that statement, I think that's a very heavy statement to apply on a whole group of people. Like, one part of you is Yoruba, and one part of you is Hausa. So while living with these two parties, these parents, like, which one of them do you think have the attitude? Like, from your both parents. Starting from your own home, did you see any of them exhibiting such attitude?
No, I should say
are your parents exempted from it? And our own parents are...
No, listen, because I mix with both.
Yeah.
But I would rather choose the Hausa side. Because if they tell you a lie, take them for that word. Believe them.
Okay.
But if Yoruba tell you Olorun, you have to think twice.
Now, let me weigh in a little bit.
I don't agree with you 100%. Though.
Now, the thing is this. Let's look at it typically. Hausas, they have this master-servant relationship.
And the Yorubas?
Hold on, please.
Okay, two branch.
The Hausas have this servant relationship. Okay? Let's say I'm a director or I'm a deputy director. I facilitate 20 of you to come into the system from level 3. Wallahi, till this war will come to an end, you will never look up to me and face me. Awusama will never do that. Whatever that man says is fine, and they will rally around. That man becomes his master till that person will leave this world. It becomes his master.
True.
Anything, wherever I send them, they go. If they ask them to go and kill, they will go and kill.
You mean the houses?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
And the Yorubas, even when you are the master,
hold on. Let Papariano bring all of us from Ijebu, Ilaje, Abeokuta into the same ministry. I will be the first one that will look at him in the face before I say, are you okay? You go school, I go school. One call they control me for you. Because it is not in our nature.
You even collude with others to remove Papariano.
Exactly, it is not in our nature.
And that's why the betrayal of not being loyal for long time. We can't.
Everybody wants to be. Every Southerner wants to enjoy. Every Southerner wants to excel.
That's where the betrayal comes in. They will betray you.
Every Southerner wants to excel. As you are excelling, he wants to excel. He wants to excel. So he will do everything to even get you out of it. So you are mad. Get out. What are you? Well, you get to it.
Okay, now I want to ask a question. Right? When we say Yorubas don't help Yorubas, I think we have to be careful how we use this word. How do we describe the activity of Awolowo? I mean, it's a leader versus the activity of Sadona of Sokoto when it comes to his people. Awolowo to his people, Sadona of Sokoto to his people.
Yeah, but if you're looking at that, you need to look at what
because Awolowo brought.
Did you see? Can you remember what happened between Akitola and Awolowo?
Exactly, that's what I was
saying.
But that's the excellence. That's the excellence we're talking about.
That is Yoruba.
That was
Did you have the same thing with Sadona? No.
But no, they are loyal. Those ones, they are loyal. Here in the West, everybody was saying.
You cannot.
They were saying the same thing.
Adibi, they were in the North one. Akintola would have been loyal to Awolowo.
Till death.
But here in the West, Akintola will betray anybody to get there too. That come. Exactly. The only one who knows how to do this.
In northern part, they don't betray.
See, you don't.
There are advantage and disadvantage.
This is their
ideology. Nobody is meant to be a ruler for life too. Why would you two want to be there forever?
And that is why.
Why are Nigerians so pained that the recent president always do things for the northern part if anything happened? Because he knows the trust is there. They can never betray him.
You mean no. Come on.
It's more of selfishness.
The head of Yoruba police,
more of selfishness.
Yoruba law occupy everywhere. Military police, Yoruba
life. Are you aware of the situation in Nigeria at the moment?
Anyway, let's not overflow that. You know all those things they say about outside those days will not be now. Northerners have overruled this country. If it was about being patriotic, they're the one who's supposed to have changed Nigeria. But everybody has their benefits. For me, I think everybody is selfish to themselves.
Paparano, let me tell you an experience I had with the North and the South. So I had at the time I was working, and I had to travel across Nigeria, and I went a lot to the east, and I went to the north. And when I saw the level of development in the north compared to what I saw in the east, I was like, people will sit in Lagos and in the east and be comparing, there's northerners, this one, everywhere is developed. Do you know that there's an international airport in Gombe? Do you know that every road, whether it is an internal road or major road or what do you call it? Interstate road or whatever, federal road, all their roads are tarred, door to door.
You mean that bad road in Lokoja is also...
no, I'm not talking about Lokoja now. Lokoja is...
Not part of it. It's not part of
I'm talking about all these corners like Kano, like Kaduna, like Sokoto, like Borno, like Gombe, Yobe, all those places you hear about. They are all developed. But when you go to another,
you mean just hold on. My dear.
Basic things they are supposed to enjoy.
I'm talking about basic amenities.
And listen, when you are saying
in northern part, they live more developed with northern.
Hold on. You are saying road. Every road is start.
No, not every road. Not every road, Mayego. In northern parts, they live themselves, they support themselves. But if Yoruba man or Yoruba people give you 1 naira to do something, they will come back.
They will ask for accountability.
Of course. No, that's just the truth.
Okay, but wait, let me ask you a question. Which of these behaviors?
Are you saying that the southeast is better developed than the north? No, I prefer the north. I'm not going to lie. I'm not sure you've been there. If you say I've been there many times. No, I'm saying that if you say otherwise, that means you haven't been. No, I'm talking about their behavior, their attitude. No. I'm not even talking about behavior now. I'm talking about development. Oh, come on. Development. Okay, if the place is developed and in terms of basic amenities. My dear, not the development level person they talk now. Who you can trust? There's no trust in the south, even the east. I don't know. But in northern parts, if they tell you lie to lie, believe them. No, I don't want to believe them. I know that some of them lie now. I know them very well. Okay, maybe now anyway, but they want. See, let me tell you something. If we have systems, we have structures, we have institutions that work.
And Awusa will take the money, we bring it back to you. You will never even take it. Not now. Don't try them now.
Papariano, if
I know what she's talking about.
We have institutions and we have systems that work. We don't need personal trust of people. The system will take care of everything. If the systems are well established and the necessary controls and everything are put in place, like everywhere.
Are you talking about the Sharia?
I'm not talking about Sharia. I'm talking about institutions now. I'm talking about
advantage and disadvantage of all this with all of this. We should
because all these patriots,
they're just crying on their
loyalty and everything. You know that
if anybody is patriotic, they will make the institution work now.
That's what I'm saying. But when you are talking about, there is loyalty, there is trust and everything, it shuts out some merits, It shuts out meritocracy because you now be looking at those who are loyal to you to put in positions and all that. And those who are even better qualified will not be given a chance. And that's where I have a problem with this loyalty thing. That if there is a structure,
okay, but the thing is right. Where it becomes like maybe tribalistic or maybe like regionalistic, whatever, right? Like, let's say there happens to be like maybe an advocacy for referendum that this group don't want to live together. You keep seeing one particular group not being able to depend on themselves to live. Since they can support each other, can they live by themselves and be independent? They cannot. So you get, they like someone to oppress others. They want to live at the detriment of others. Right? Because they see them as maybe people who are sinners, who are, how do they call it? Kafir.
Kafir.
Exactly, like kafir or whatever. Like you have to come to the religion.
Like infidels.
Exactly.
Like
infidels. I mean, it's
there are lots of Christians in Hausa land too.
No, but they are oppressed now. They don't have freedom. Like, compared to how it's happening in other places.
Yeah.
In other places, religion, kind of the small freedom, practice, do whatever you want to do. But
extremely oppressed. Not even ordinary oppressed.
There's this religion oppression.
Did you not see a truck driving through Christians that were just doing their own praise work and all that? That's true, though. That's true.
So, for me, the British left Nigeria with the best system of government. It is through their greediness. Yes, now, with the Westminster system, regionalism, every region control their resources and they are in their own. Is that not what we want to go back towards right now? The First Republic. That was the best.
The rent takers, you have to fight the rent takers to return that system.
Exactly, but that was the best.
Yes, but
our external brother, they got us out of that system.
The rent takers have been leaking sugar since you want to convert it for their mouth.
It's not easy. You see?
It's not easy. Go to the National Assembly and see the number of people you have to cross to be able to achieve it. And you have to
it's gone. I hope,
you will need Tinubu's magic. You will need Tinubu's magic to get it done because you know it's the only one that knows.
Magic, doesn't want to happen.
Tinubu has the magic of capturing the hearts of even his worst enemies.
Anyway.
Before they knew it, they would have
I just know Nigeria is no balance. Somebody just have to make it balance. There's power concentrated in some regions more than some other regions, and it's not fair.
But Papariano, let me tell you something. Why you are thinking like this? Those who should speak for you and I, who should do the right thing, they are busy obnobbing with those who are taking advantage of the system.
But you have to be loyal. They are not loyal. If Tinubu is not loyal to them, will he get to where he is?
And that's what I'm saying. And that Tinubu has his own way of doing things. That's why I said he can get his enemies to agree with him.
If Yoruba is not trustable, why did they trust Tinubu and vote for Tinubu? Why did they vote for their own brother?
Don't go to that one. That's a complex question you're asking.
Yeah, I say it's politics, it's not about tribe. Like everybody just does whatever they think they do.
Everything is kudi.
To get us better. Things have changed now. If it's about being honest, they should have voted for Atiku now. Atiku is from the north. They should have called Yoruba betrayers and vote for Atiku. They trusted the Yoruba more than their brother. Everything has changed. Life, everything has changed in private life. Everything don't change. That thing I do this where you go put money for front, Aboki go stand. You give it this. Come. They are what well.
No, but they are better than the Yorubas.
You cannot do that. You cannot compare tribes. It's too much. It's individual. We don't do those things. It's not. You don't know. This is vary from person to person's discipline. People come from different homes.
That's true.
Their homes has to play a lot of roles now.
If we look at the case that has brought all of us together, and you look at the levels of betrayals that we have experienced.
No, it's because it's centered around Yoruba, so you cannot use that to judge.
What I'm saying is that you can judge. You are just affirming what I'm saying. That if we look at the case that's brought us together, and we also look at the levels of betrayals that we have seen, and we are mostly Yoruba in this case, then you will know that really and truly there's an issue with the Yoruba tribe when it comes to loyalty.
It's not about, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is politics here. Politics affects every part of this country. Whenever politics, okay, are you telling me that all these things that happens to Erasmus is not in the north? The Deborah girl that passed, has she gotten justice that was stoned to death? I mean, which law allows ordinary people to put a stone in their hand and stone other people to death just because of religion? I mean, there are problems everywhere.
That's true.
So, and people cover them all the Boko Haram killings, human life degraded, people kidnapped. I mean, we are safer here in the West. If you want to look at that, we are safer here.
Yeah, it's safer, but why are you people betraying each other?
It's the struggle for life. It's because we are trying to show one person, you're not the only person that should be there, that should be enjoying those things. Like, you should make things fair for everybody. For example, once a Yoruba man notices that, then you are trying to oppress them, and then you are enjoying more than them, they want to take over the place too and enjoy too like you. But if we had an institution that makes it fair for everybody. For example, the Yorubas abroad who are enshrined with leadership, why don't they betray the country? The Yorubas in UK, in America doing so well, which institution is fair to them. Why don't they betray those places? Because it's fair to them. And they live well there. But when you come back here, it's like a struggle of the fittest. And so they put in whatever they have to be better. Everybody wants to be better here. And at that point, everybody will betray each other. You know, look at the Benin. when the Benin called Yoruba betrayer, before Nigeria became Nigeria, the Obaseki tribe, don't this is what they write about the Obaseki tribe? Don't they call them betrayers that they betrayed the great Benin kingdom? They betrayed the whole Benin empire and allowed it to be conquered. Is it Yoruba that went to tell them to betray their kingdom and be their empire? No, now. So there's betrayal everywhere. I don't know why people are
Yoruba one is too much.
No, it's the one you see. It's because Yoruba is well talked about. It's the most talked about.
It's not talked about though. It's real. I don't know how much experience you have with the Yoruba betrayal and what you have seen from the days of old.
You are dealing with the young Yorubas. You are dealing with the young groups. It's not everywhere. It is in one line, one clan. It's not in every clan. In every tribe, you have one clan that is just the odd. Don't make it look like because something is happening with the Oyo, so it's common with the Kitty, it's common with the Ondo, it's common with the Ijebu. Come on now. Please. That generalization is not. I don't think it's good enough.
Let me tell you something, Papayanno. Even within Yorubas, because some people are Ijesha, some people are Ekiti, some people are Ondo, some people are Ileje, some people are Oyo, some people are Osun, some people. Do you know that if an Odo man and an Osun man or whatever are together and they are with another tribe, do you know that one of them can align with another tribe against the one that is under the Yoruba umbrella?
Yeah, because what is not right now.
But do you know that in the north, they are not all Hausas. There are Kanuri.
Let me ask you a question.
All these people.
See that. You see, you cannot
speak the same language like this, eh?
You see, you cannot judge this thing. All in all, okay? Why is it that Yoruba is still excelling? After all of those, they are still excelling. And when it comes to music industry, why is that they still help themselves and they still get by themselves?
They are not helping themselves.
They are not helping themselves.
They did.
Wait. Who else?
And why are they at the top?
You have to be slave to one.
Who they help you now?
Who will help you?
Even in the north, people are slave to the other now. In the north, are they not slave to each other?
But they will lift them up.
They will lift them up.
They're going to lift them up. They will settle them.
Yeah, in Yoruba land, too, once you are, they will lift you up if you are loyal.
Life, they will betray you.
No, yes, because they don't want to be loyal anymore.
No, so why are you living a life that you can't be loyal or honest?
They're not meant to be loyal forever now. You want to be loyal to somebody forever.
Come of it. Oh, Shiza.
If you are being treated well, you can be honest to people, but acting under people's instruction, don't you have your own life? I know you're God.
No, it's just for a while, so that you can learn. But Yoruba, we want you to be under them for life.
I'm
sorry, I don't want to make my mother this thing to be mad with me. But
there's all advantage and disadvantage to this thing. There's all advantage and disadvantage to this thing. Why did the Northerners vote Tinubu? Why not voting Atiku?
Yeah, because Tinubu supported them many times.
So it means Tinubu is loyal to them too now.
Of course.
So Yorubas are loyal.
Why can't Tinubu be
Tinubu knows that he needs them, so he has been cultivating them for a while.
So why can't if you do to Yoruba, they will still betray you?
Right? We will know how loyal they are to Tinubu in 2027.
My dear, don't say that.
God will spare our lives.
This thing we are talking about, I think we shouldn't be involved in trying.
Don't say that.
Personal, it's individual. There are good Hausa, good Yoruba, good Igbos. Okay,
yes, definitely there are.
We shouldn't be doing that. That's going to cause more problems.
No.
We are labeling the whole millions of people.
No, see, Nigeria, there's no tribe in Nigeria. There's no section, there's no region of Nigeria that can exist on its own. We all have all these internal dependencies that.
No, they can exist on their own. There are, please.
No. See,
if every region be given their resources, that take your resources and use it for yourself. What do you mean? The whole Nigeria surviving under some people's resources.
Your case will just be like that prodigal son that said, "Yeah, give me all my own. I want to go."
No, please. Yeah, resources. Imagine, for example, all the crude oil that is harvested from the south, you give them independence. So you say they will cry back to the north. Won't they use their money to buy whatever?
Wait now.
They will use their money to buy whatever they want to get in the north.
That's it now, but they still need the north to be able to.
No, they won't need the north. If not, don't want to sell. They will buy it from China. If not, doesn't want to sell to them, they will buy from China.
They will buy what? They will buy gari from China.
Now, they will bring China to come and produce in their country.
They will buy tomato and yam from China.
What are you saying, Nana, for free? They don't need you.
So you will buy now, you still do business with the other.
Does that one mean they need you? Everybody, okay, it means the whole human being need everybody. The whole human being need each other. America need Africa, Africa need America.
Correct. Don't you know that already?
But is America independent? Is China independent?
We all need each other.
Exactly.
What I'm saying is that there's no, when you say let everybody go their separate ways and everything, I think we'll still not have all this, you know.
It will be based on business. It should not be based on personal life, like, hey, you have to be in this religion, you have to worship my God, I have to worship your God, I have to put my children in the military, your own cannot be there. All of this will stop.
All your children want to marry and they say you should bring 80 tubers of yam. That's very important.
So right now it's going to be by they're going to be conditioned.
We import yams from Benue to carry to your.
If you respect me, I will respect you. When you don't respect me, I'll stop putting my money into your hands. There are other African countries who sell that yam. I will go buy it from them. If I'm buying coconut, tomatoes in the north, and north is not doing me very well, I will sanction north. I will go buy it in the nearest country. I will go to Ghana, I will go to Togo.
That's Yoruba for you, right?
It's not about Yoruba for you. Okay, let's say we have Oduduwa Republic. Let me give an example. Let's say we have Oduduwa Republic. Biafra has Biafra, and the North has their own Arewa Republic. Okay, and now we found out that the Northerners are treating our people who live there anyhow. And then we said, okay, we don't want to spend our money in their hands again. We don't want to trade with them. We want to cut all our ties. America do cut ties with China. Why is the America increasing tariff when dealing with China? It's because they feel like things are not working, that China can't cooperate. So we'll go spend our money into the hands of other people and cut ties with them and tell our people don't go to that region where they don't treat you very well. Because you cannot be going there and you can't practice your religion the way you want. They'll be telling you have to do this, you have to do that, be stoned to death. If Nigeria was separated, do you think the border would have been treated that way? No, they will withdraw their embassy from that country. That, oh yeah, stay alone and eat your religion now. Will not buy what you are selling. Eat it, sell it to yourself.
Yeah,
diplomacy. Come back to human rights and diplomacy. When they sanction you for you not treating other people the way they supposed to, you come back to diplomacy. Okay. And that's what America is into punishing people. So that is it. And believe me, that will even be the fastest way to bring them back to diplomacy. Just like all these Arab countries. How does America deal with them? Gives them these strong principles whereby they have to just like bring down their rule. Look at Saudi Arabia. Women can't drive there before. The women drive in Saudi Arabia before. All of those things, slowly, America will use it for them. It becomes a place where everybody can begin to go now. But if you leave them like that, then they should be doing it the way they want to do it.
You can't still go there anyhow.
That's true though.
But America is reducing it. It's reducing it.
So America is reducing what? Is reducing access to Saudi Arabia.
Conservative life. That their conservative life whereby they only have to do things in one certain way. All of those things have been addressed every day, and media, human rights activists are putting pressures on them. They are responding. Believe me, changes are occurring compared to some time before.
But I have to drop now. But when it comes to Trump, the houses, I would rather trust them than the Yorubas, because Yoruba person can fuck you up anytime.
That's this Tisha.
It is the way it is. For me,
it's like she has had a terrible experience with Yorubas.
Exactly.
No,
for me, it depends.
Even the one that is happening with this justice of Mohbad. Look at, I'm seeing Mr. Jack, Ebony, Mayego talking about Yomi. What have the others done?
before Yomi came.
Well, we also talk about Berekete too. Now it's from the north. He also betrayed us.
Even Berekete tried. What has Baba Mohbad done after all the money donated for the man? Nothing.
All of them still have not issued for something. But again, we are trying.
Even the most crucial one is the fact that
if you donate even 20 million, 30 million to Yomi, he's still doing something that we people can see.
Private life. Even Mama
Mohbad collected her own share.
Even Mama Mohbad betrayed Mohbad.
Yeah, they collected their own share. But all I'm saying since morning, I would just say, okay.
Mohbad's brother betrayed Mohbad.
All of them.
Some men that there are far more worst case than these northerners killing themselves. They will put guns in the hands of their children. They will enter each other's village and be killing each other sporadically. You guys don't see that.
Oh,
well, how do you do that?
Yeah, but the one I'm saying is the one I'm talking about.
No, Paparano. Yeah. Wait, the North is experiencing some level of terrorism.
Wow, you call it terrorism?
No, that's true. The North is experiencing. I've lived in the North, and the North never used to be like this. When these insurgents come up.
When you said no, that used to be like this, please give me time. From when?
Okay.
When was not ever safe? When was not ever safe?
Okay, so I lived in the North in the 80s and early 90s, and I can tell you
that... You know about the Just riots?
I know about the Just riots. I know about the Maisasine in Canada. I know all those. I was there, so I know...
And the killings that happened in the 60s?
The killings that happened is only in the North that the killings happened in the 60s.
No, but here in the West, we are more safer now. Yeah, we are more safer. Even with the betrayal, we are still more safer here than... Have you
heard of West?
Is it not better for somebody to die than to see people that you trust, that they betray you?
Life is precious, so at least you can still live.
No! When you see your own people that they betray you...
If strangers kill you, and strangers killed you and nothing happened, is different from when you die in the midst of your family members and they are shielding the killer, and they are shielding the killer from being caught. So that is more excruciating.
That one is political problem. If the police was supposed to do their duty job, okay, it's political problem. If we're in a good country, you don't even need the family to come and be seeing these things. Investigation will bring them out.
We're talking family here. Listen to what Private Life has been talking about loyalty since. If your family cannot be loyal to you, is it police that will be loyal to you? You want to take everything outside your family. How can something happen in your own home? In the midst of your family members.
Okay, I want to ask you, in the case of
they cannot even tell
if you guys are loyal to each other, in the case of Sanders that stabbed their husband to death and then lied.
Has she not been sentenced?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not because the family was loyal. Sanders lied. But it was
but she was caught.
But she was sentenced, right?
Wait, get something. Sanders lied that she didn't kill her husband. But investigation proved her wrong. So even if Mohbad father lied, even if Wunmi lied, even if Mohbad mother lied, let investigation prove what killed Mohbad. Simple.
Wait,
so what's here?
Sanders killed her husband in the house. Was her brother-in-law in the house?
The first in the house that evening. Don't forget. They are the one that
Mohbad have about 15 people.
15 people.
So what happened?
Anybody can lie now. Let investigation do their job now. Why are you guys like this now?
So how many years?
We are saying in this.
Okay, guys. I want to ask a question. Okay, another good one. The driver is an Igbo man, right? Okay, so why did the Igbo man not tell us the truth? The driver who is an Igbo man.
Which driver is the liar?
They are dragged to the show now.
Does the lawyer brought up the case?
No. Which of the things he said is a lie?
Which of the what?
What of the things he said is a lie that you have confirmed is a lie?
The driver said that there was no fight, okay, on the way while coming. But
he said there was fight, that they were fighting.
No. He said quarrel, not physical, please.
But it wasn't physical.
No, please wait. You are mixing up things now. They said that at some point they wanted to throw the baby in the river.
Paparano, wait. He said, wait. How did Mohbad's shirt got torn? How did his chain cut?
That's what I'm asking.
Was that not physical enough?
No, but they said that, right? That at some point on the bridge, they wanted to throw the baby in the river and Wumi. And the driver was in the car. How come you didn't see that?
No, the driver did not. I'm talking about what the driver said. Even the people that said that they wanted to throw baby, they lied now that they didn't say so.
Which one? How do you know they lied? Were you there?
No. I said they lied that they didn't say so again. Maybe it was pending that they said so.
But why
but later he came and denied it. I didn't say it.
Yeah, but the driver supposed to corroborate that now.
But the driver didn't corroborate it now. And the spending that said it originally said he didn't say it again. But the one that the driver said he saw. And
how come driver was able to take the picture of Mohbad when they were in the house? But when fight was happening, everything, the driver never recorded nothing.
Because he said he was in the car. He took the picture before they left now for the show.
Yeah, so when they were in the show and when there was commotion fight, why didn't he take picture or anything?
In the midst of confusion like that, the driver was driving. He was supposed to be taking photos.
When they were
driving them.
Before driving the car now.
Fighting and he will be taking picture, right?
Before driving the car, people take picture even when people
were they fighting before he drove the car out of the show?
The prime boy stuff that happened and all the different talk conversation that was going on in that car.
It means there was no fight. The guy said there was no fight now that Mohbad was telling
They are not reliable. Those guys are not reliable. They're not reliable.
And Hazel Flakes, I just came up because of you. Because
they are not reliable.
They are trying to attack you about the Norton.
No, they can't attack me about the Norton because I'm not sure Paparano has lived in the north. I'm not sure Ebony has lived in the north. I'm not sure Jack has lived
I've lived in the north, I beg. What do you mean I've not lived in the north?
I don't know.
No, actually,
I have to come up.
Are you saying that I'm not degrading Northerners. I'm just telling you, like,
I didn't live in the north.
From experience.
I actually grew up in
you know much.
I told you about
religion.
They worship religion. Is that not correct?
Okay, it's only religion you're saying, right?
Because of religion, and it's not proper. They can kill because of religion.
No. See, Paparano, what I was talking about is the fact that some members of the panel were saying that maybe most of the educated ones are the elites and maybe only a few others. And I'm saying that a large population of the north is educated. You know, because they have a large population.
Look at our cutoff mark in getting to schools. The cutoff mark we get in.
Which cutoff marks?
I mean, cutoff mark in which we talk about that now. They have a lower cutoff mark than us here.
So that they can take more people.
That was a cheating.
No, that's not correct. That's a cheating. That's not correct.
Okay, wait now. Let me tell you something. Do you know that in that
was a victim.
You have a lot of people that are like genius. So you have the ones that are not so good educationally. You have very, very smart.
All these genius you're talking about, right? Wait, please. All the genius you're talking about. It is either maybe some of those kids, like they travel, they like train them abroad.
No.
Just wait. No, I'm coming. I want to give an example, please. I want to give an example, right? Like if you want to say people who are really performing, these people they travel abroad, right? They travel abroad, we travel abroad. When you look at overall scores, people who scores best result in overall Nigeria is mostly South. In any exam that has to do with overall Nigerian student, it's mostly South.
Very true.
In recent times,
statistics.
Let's look at the 5. Are those that meet up to 5 GDP?
Okay, Mr. Papariano, with their scores and everything, how is their mentality?
Okay, how is their religion with everything? Why do they still stone people to death? With their own religion, education. In this modern age, you say pick stone and stone someone to death because the person doesn't
have Paparano. I like this your drift,
You said they stone people to death. What about our own people that are doing ritual killing every day?
As a place.
In Ijebu,
look at
everywhere.
As a place, look at the most problematic issue that Nigeria
That's why I said there's problem everywhere. You cannot
we're talking about the Fulani, about the nomads, right? We're talking about all these herdsmen.
Okay.
This is coming from the north, okay?
So destroying people's farms.
Yeah, and they're killing people, kidnapping people and killing people. Let's be realistic about that.
And there are more kidnappers in the north than in the west here.
Even do something.
Have you not seen people in Anambra eating human beings?
That was then, not now.
When you go to your state,
no, we're talking about West Yoruba land. Yoruba don't eat human beings.
Yoruba don't eat human beings, but they are ritually.
As a flakes. Listen to this. Listen to this, right? Do you know that up onto the south, right? Yeah. The people who are the major heads of the kidnapper, they are the northerners who are already fluent in Yoruba or whatever language they speak.
Who is saying I'm not sincere? Don't have ritualists in the West.
Yeah, they're the one kidnapping people and killing them, owing them to ransom.
Who is the person? The northerners are the ones killing people for rituals.
Are you not listening to me? I'm talking about the kidnapping. I'm not talking about
that one is just individual. One
no, the kidnapping is
it's equivalent.
Yeah.
That's tantamount to terrorism too now.
From the herdsmen. That's the most disturbing aspect of Nigeria at the moment as we stand.
No, but I'm saying talk about the ritual killings in the West.
I know that's also another thing. That's also the south.
And the south.
Nomads kidnapping people, mostly targeting people coming from diaspora.
Everybody, you're not getting the point. It's also giving, it's countering you there. We do ritual here, and they do less ritual in the north. That's a good point.
I know.
You have to acknowledge it now. You have to acknowledge
the West.
For making us look like we are saints here.
If we don't acknowledge those things, people cannot improve on it. We have to acknowledge those things.
If they see you with human being parts, they will kill you immediately. But in Nigeria,
or Southwest, they will be shielding you. They will prosecute you.
They will release you. They will free you.
Human head. Police will collect money from you and release you.
Are you telling me that the northern police, the police in the northern state are not corrupt?
They are very corrupt. Thank you. Police is corrupt across Nigeria.
They are not corrupt.
They are not.
That goes with Mr. Yomi. That goes with Mr. Yomi.
Private life in the vessel.
In the northern part, he's seeing all those evidence, and men like him are discriminating. They want to push him down. Come on.
No, do you know that, well, in the north, if the police try to be corrupt like this Lagos police that are doing nonsense, they will burn down their police station straight.
Of course.
They will burn down the police station.
What do you mean they will burn down their position?
The northerners will not take
evidence.
No, the northerners will not take this thing that we're taking and analyzing online.
Can I ask a question? What do you see happening going on in Kuala about Olatunji death? What happened?
Kuala is Oyo State, is Yoruba. Lori is Yoruba. I'm just speaking outside there.
The police people that are there, they are Yoruba, right? Nice one.
Kora is not by politics.
Nice.
There's nothing northern about Kora State. They are all Yoruba people. They are all far. Are they speaking outside of far? Are they speaking outside the lorry?
Life is still more safer in the west than any part of Nigeria.
Okay, go and walk in the night. They don't use you for ritual.
Go walk in the night in Zambeza Forest now.
You know the politicians in the southwest, they are ritualists.
Go Zambeza Forest, maybe go walk for night.
They are the same people that killed Bamishi.
Make Boko Haram, maybe they carry you. Boko Haram. I go say no one haram. Book education is a scam or whatever.
They said Western education is haram, is evil.
It's prohibited.
It's devilish.
Evil. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine?
And you are telling me that they are educated.
Meanwhile, they go to hospital. Doctor treat them.
Education is not. We're not talking about education here. What about the Southerners that they are educated, but their mentality They are educated illiterate.
Yes, so because the educated people, somebody that is a professor or doctor,
you can
they'll be doing ritual killing.
But at the same time, you are an illiterate.
Are you telling me that Muyiwa, who was a previous lecturer, Baba Mbabo that Muyiwa, who was a previous lecturer?
Is it not a ritualist?
Lecturer.
You have forgotten that K Crown told us to carry a list of people to ritualists, have you? I think your name is on the list, sir.
Kayamata. Okay, why is this Kayamata in the notes? Kayamata.
I think Muyiwa carried your name to ritualists too.
Wow. Nigeria problem, man. Nigeria is a national problem. It's a national problem. Nigerians they can resolve it and they can choose to ignore it. But there are problems everywhere. That's just the thing.
Who is this rotten canon? Come up and tell me why I'm not sincere. I'm not sincere that they are doing ritualists in the West. Are you a ritualist? The rotten canon. Are we not seeing it every day? They're catching them with human heads.
We even act it on movies, you go see them.
Yes, you see it on movies, you see it in real life. A boy will just say, we just killed her. And they are so cold-blooded. Have you not listened to them on national TV? He said, what did you do to the girl? A girlfriend will go and visit her boyfriend. The next thing is to kill her and dismember her boyfriend.
That exists now in Abuja too.
Everywhere.
No, please. It's a
people that exported it from Lagos.
It's a Southern problem.
You know, we are the ones in government at the center now. We are carrying
it's a Southern problem.
It's a Southern problem.
Ritually is a very big problem here in the South.
In the South, yes.
Why terrorism?
People just miss anyhow.
It's a big issue in the North.
I'm missing. And then this terrorism is a big issue in the North, yes. Kidnapping, the ransom.
It's not right.
It's not right. Everything is just happening. And it's because of the economic hardship too.
One can say so.
It is now. That's why criminal activities have been on the rise.
I think it's more of indiscipline actually, because when you look at the people engaged, looking at the age statistics, I mean, how would a 24, 25-year-old thinking about becoming a millionaire?
We are looking at the young ones. The older politicians, uncle, they want to become senator. They say, go and bring a pregnant woman with a 9 months visa. It's ritual kings. I want to go and sleep. Okay.
Yeah, me too. I want to go and sleep, guys. We'll continue tomorrow.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank you for
everybody. Bye.
sọ pé Odùduwà ò wá láti Benin o láyéláyé bàbá ńlá irọ́ ni kò sẹ́nibọ̀dì tó máa sọ pé kò dùn wá láti Benin láyéláyé odò wá láti Benin kẹ̀ ibo lójú àti wá láti Benin ibo lẹ ti gbọ́ yẹ ibo lẹ ti kà á ṣé babalọ́ ló sọ pé kò dùn wá láti Benin odò wá láti Benin o èèyàn tó bá sọ pé ẹ lọ mú wá odò ẹ bá wá láti Benin rí ọ̀rọ̀ míyàn èèyàn bá wọn ìgòdò àwọn tí a sọ yìí kò dẹ̀ jọba ń bẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ padà sílé Ifẹ̀ nígbà tó ti máa padà tọ́jú pé ọ̀rọ̀ míyàn ẹ gbọ́ pé tàǹsán látara pé ọmọ òfò ọmọ àdánù ọmọ alágídí ni ọmọ burúkú ni nígbà tó ti máa tún wọn níṣẹ́ ìkejì ẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ ní ilẹ̀ tí ń yọ tí ọ̀kan sùn ní tọ́ ní ilẹ̀ tí ń yọ tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ Ọ̀yọ́ lẹ́ni tó ti yé yí so Benin tẹ̀ sọ irọ́ ewéka tó ti yé yí Odùduwà ẹ bá dé bẹ́ẹ̀ rí o ọ̀rọ̀ míyọ̀gàn bọ́ra rẹ̀ ó padà lọ sí Ifẹ̀ lọ́dà Ifẹ̀ rú ni nígbà tínú bí
ó padà lọ́bẹ̀ ni.
Tẹ́bá wo program
Odùduwà lérí ọlá ní ìgbà yẹn kò lọ́bì lérí o. Ìwé ìjọba ṣe rí ẹ̀yìn bìíní tẹ́fẹ́ di associate ráyé away from Ilé Ifẹ̀ ẹ̀yin lọ sọ story.